Good evening, everybody. Hiya, Laurie. Hiya, Amjad. Hiya, Lee. So, yeah, sorry for the having to reschedule, but Chris's team was on the telly last night, so yeah. At the end of it, he said, "I wished you hadn't to reschedule your live now." So I'm just going to put, as I always say, I'm just going to put the link in for Laurie and Tracy. That is for them only. Hi, Peter. How are you? So yeah. Talk of the devil and the short to appear. I just said Tracy ain't in yet. So yeah. So yeah, I've been buying stuff. I did send it to Tracy and Amjad. It is a bit on the nippy side here, Amjad, but you know what I'm like. I always get a bit flustered when I'm doing the live. So yeah. So this is a site that a lot of the bakers use, and it's called Iced Gems. I ought to put the link in the description actually. So I've actually bought. Don't know whether we just turn that light off. Right, that's better. Hi, Laurie.
Hi, Jeanette.
Hiya. So I bought these. A lot of the bakers use them. I don't know whether you like a lovely pastel colour.
Hi, Jeanette. I have to come back in.
Okie dokie. Anyway, so I don't know whether you can see them or not. I'll bring them back a little bit so you can see. It's called Pretty Pastels. So I only did a small order because I weren't too sure. Hang on a minute. Just had Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, love.
I only did a small order. I weren't too sure. You're gonna have to mute me, Tracy. Tracy. Hi, Flying Monkey. How are you? It is a long time no see. So I ordered these as well. Getting into the Halloween. Long time no see. So I ordered these as well. Getting into the Halloween. All right, it's yours is got to mute it. Tracy's having the same problem. She's repeating.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, a lot of the the recipe people that I go to, they go to this website called Ice Gems. Oh dear, Flying Monkey says is it match and Coventry slows it. So these are Halloween mix. I know it's only like a little tub, but yeah, they've like got bones and I don't know, all sorts in them. Bones, pumpkins. Hi Martin, how are you? All sorts in them. But something else caught my eye. You know what I'm like. Now this one is called bubblegum mix.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to change my camera around because it might be better on the other camera. So can you see? It's the lovely pink and blue mixture look.
Yeah, I haven't seen that here at all. Those are nice.
So it's like got them like torpedo things in as well. I don't know what you call them, but lovely pink bubbles and it just struck me how lovely it looked, and that's called bubblegum mix.
Huh.
So I know they're only small tubs, but I didn't want to do a big order in case they weren't any good. Now that's the other one, look. Got bones, that's like Halloween. So it's got pumpkins and bats and all sorts in it. So So yeah, I only sort of did a little bit of a, you know, a little bit for just to test the waters, so to speak. Oh dear. So yeah, so tonight is relatively. Where's Tracy gone? Tonight
I'm
is
here. Can you hear me?
relatively simple cookie bar, but the Bakewell bit goes back to I sort of, because I'll give you a little bit of an history lesson. Apparently, Bakewell tart or Bakewell pudding was derived from a little village in Derbyshire called Bakewell. So it's traditionally an English thing, Bakewell tart. So basically, this is like a little bit of a twist on it. It's a Bakewell cookie bar. So I just thought I'd give you that little history lesson. You know, as where the Bakewell tart originated from. So yeah, the oven's on, gas mark 4 or 180 degrees centigrade or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Hiya Johnny, how are you? So yeah, so that was just a little short history lesson on, you know, where the Bakewell tart originated from.
Yeah.
There's a bit of controversy over that though, because they're sort of saying that it didn't actually come from a place called Bakewell. So I'm not sort of debating, you know, I'm sort of just giving you a little bit of an history lesson. So are you ready, Tracy?
Hello, Simon.
I am
Hi,
hungry.
Simon.
I'm ready.
So yeah,
ready.
so
Just give me
the
a
oven's
watch.
on. I've got the baking pan, the 9 by 9 baking pan. Yeah, Laurie's got hers ready as well. Look.
I've got mine ready.
So first of all, we need Chris to melt the butter for me. Yeah.
Where's it gone from again?
So it does say in a heatproof bowl, melt the butter in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time until hot.
Can you hear me, Jeanette?
Laurie's, pardon?
Can you hear me, love?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just swapping over cameras because this one's frozen, I think.
Yeah, until it's hot.
It'll be a minute.
So that is 115 grams or half a cup of butter. So it does say on the recipe, these Bakewell cookie bars are the gorgeous fusion of a Bakewell tart and white chocolate chip cookie, all in an easily munched bar form. So yeah, so Laurie's already melted her butter.
I thought sure you would have yours melted.
I tell you, I ain't even that. Chris has just bought me a coffee. I ain't even had a chance to.
But this is a heavy bowl, so it takes a bit for it to cool down, and that's why I melted it.
Yeah.
So.
But it does say it's in 30 seconds at a time until hot, and then you have to stir in the sugars. Now we'll wait till Tracy comes back because big time Christmas. Says device is not connected on Tracy's part. I've took her out because no, obviously when Johnny sorts the camera out, she'll just click on the link and bring us back. So so yeah, this recipe. Hey, she's back. Look, told you. Are we back?
Yeah, I put it in the wrong device.
Oh, so this recipe uses
She's
all
plugging stuff in wrong place as usual.
she put it in wrong hole, did she?
Yeah.
That's not when
you know, it's got almond extract, it's got ground almonds, it's got
Get out with
raspberry jam and everything. Ooh. So yeah, so
butter in a bowl.
Oh, butter.
How'd you melt that butter so fast, Jeanette?
Microwave. In microwave. So to this, you've got to add 100 grams or half a cup of brown sugar. Letting myself wait now. And 80 grams or a third of a cup of caster sugar when I can find it. So Laura's already so yeah, you've got to stir that together. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Right, so it says put that to one side. I had a bit of a. So it says in a separate bowl, lightly beat your egg. So I've got my egg there. Look. Simon says he loved your new upload, very different.
Oh, cheers, mate.
So yeah, so I'm just lightly beating my egg. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put. Have you put your almond extract into the egg?
Not yet, but is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I think so, because it says. And then you've got to add it to your cold butter with the almond extract, stirring well until combined. So this is a teaspoon of, well, it's hard to see it because it's clear. That is a teaspoon of almond extract. So I'm putting that in with my egg. So that's
Goes that.
Almond extracts going in. Nearly got swept away, Simon. Oh dear, he went out with camera. He did take his drone with him, but it were too windy. While he were out there, it absolutely pelted it down with rain. It were hailstoning and everything. I suppose it's wonder he didn't get swept away.
Got pelted by hail.
Yeah.
Absolutely battered.
So yeah, came back and he says, I'm absolutely drowned. And I says, well, you won't go out. Yeah, the glorious sunshine when he got back. So yeah, so I'm just going to add this to the sugar and the melted butter and everything. Obviously, you have to let it cool down a little bit, otherwise it'd like make an omelette or scrambled egg. So that's why you were.
Yeah, I melted my butter a while ago.
So that's that. So now this next bit is a little bit of a hack, what we in the business call a hack. Just going to put that to one side again. I've got a bowl and a sieve. Now you've got to add, this is 125 grams of white chocolate chips. Now you put them in your sieve, right? So,
What did you put in your sieve, Jeanette?
White chocolate chips.
Right.
This is a hack, and basically you sieve your flour and baking powder through the sieve so it coats your chocolate chips in flour so they don't sink.
Right.
So yeah, so that is 185 grams of plain flour, or 1.5 cups. So you put this over your chocolate chips. And also, this is 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So that goes in as well. So now we're just going to sieve these.
Did you put that cornstarch in yet or not?
No, that's afterwards.
Oh, I didn't quite hear that, all. So you're just sieving this then?
This is just flour and your baking powder. And by rights, it should have coated your chocolate chips in flour. So I'm just going to put them to one side a minute because obviously we don't need them. So into this you need 50 grams or half a cup of ground almonds. So that goes into your flour mix. Oh, Tracy's gone for big chocolate buttons.
Those are big.
I don't get any chocolate chips or any chocolate, whatever they're called. So, well, you only could get these.
So as well to this, you need 15 grams or 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, which basically in the UK is cornflour. So all your like dry ingredients is going in one.
I actually got my food processor out today. First time I've used it in probably 6 years.
Oh wow. So basically we're just gonna sort of mix this all together. Now, it's not very clear this isn't, but I'm assuming that you put your chocolate chips in this bowl. Give it a good old mix. And then I would imagine that this goes into the, you know, your sugar and whatever. That goes in there. So I'm just going to give it one last stir. Now I have got me electric mixer on standby. Should it not combine very well. So basically, we're just gonna mix all this together, and it should make a cookie dough. She says. That looks like my heart attack pudding. Will you do me a favour as well? Will you warm me that jam for 10 seconds? Well, it says 10 seconds.
Monkey, goody. Get in your bed.
So I'm just making sure everything's all combined, and that the chocolate, as you can see, it's a very bit of a sticky one, wouldn't you say?
If all else fails, get your hands in there.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I say it does look a bit on the sticky side.
Yeah, it's a little. I think it would get hung up in your blender though if you used the blender.
I says to Chris, I says I don't think I'll need my mixer, but I'll put it on standby just in case. So yeah, so this obviously goes into your pan. Chris is saying it looks like his breakfast. Yeah, right. You always say that. But it does say, if in the recipe, if you don't want to use plain flour and baking powder, you just substitute the plain flour for the self-raising, but you omit the baking powder. So there you go. What?
No, it wouldn't look clever, no.
Well, sod's law, isn't it? But yeah, this is like a cross between some of the maple tart and
Gosh.
blondie. But brownie, blondie, whatever you want to call it. I made some chocolate chip cookie cake at the. When did I make it? Thursday, something like that. Can't remember what day I made it anyway. Sort of similar to this, but it's obviously milk chocolate chips and seem to have more on one side than I do on other.
I probably do too. It's almost hard not to sometimes.
It is very hard because it's such a stiff mixture to get it even in it.
That's why I like using my hands, because more than likely, I don't know, to me it just seems easier. I just throw a glove on and
I'm going to do what Laurie, because I did have a spoon handy. I'm just going to make sure it's in corners, and the baking will take care of that anyway. So right, so what we do now is, it says you've got to microwave the jam, which is 100 grams or 3/4 of a cup, and it says conserve easy jam. cherry or raspberry. I've gone for raspberry.
I do too.
Yeah.
So it says you've got to put dollops of it on the top, but it does say in the recipe that sort of to make like little wells for it. So if you want to press down with a spoon and make like little wells for it, it's just so it soaks into your thing easy. So I'm just pressing with my spoon, and then I'm just going to do what Laura's doing. And so yeah, so this is the raspberry jam. They just put dollops of it on, so that's basically sticking to its spoon.
I didn't use quite as much as the recipe called for. I thought it might be a little too much.
Oh.
I'm not as big.
I just weighed it out in grams. I mean, that's what it's, you know, it did say 100 grams. So
Yeah.
I don't like to deviate away from the recipe too much.
Yeah, well, I didn't too much. It's just that I'm not real big into the jams like you guys are. So
well, that's it. I mean,
put
you
what
know,
I think I might like, you know. If I overdo it, then I'm probably not going to like it. So
yeah, so that's my jam on anyway. Pressing the jam slightly with a spoon if needed. Gently swirl or spread out the jam through the cookie mix using a skewer or a knife. Oh, I've got a knife. You see, as a rule, I don't normally buy raspberry jam. We strawberry all the way we are.
That's what I got, strawberry.
But Chris went to Asda and he says, only raspberry jam they've got is seedless. And I says, well, I wanted seedless anyway. So I says, that's one of the reasons why we don't have raspberry jam, because you're forever picking seeds out your teeth.
Yeah.
And
well, that's why these are a jam. There's no seeds. I like the seeds like with
She likes strawberry jam, so
yeah,
and she likes
I like the strawberry preserves.
Well, it's like this. It's whatever you prefer. I mean, it don't say, you know,
I just thought I'd get eaten more if I would put strawberry.
Hi, Grandpa Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, anybody I may have missed.
We are making Bakewell cookie bars. You missed the history lesson, Kevin. I was telling everyone where it's a traditional English, like an infusion of a Bakewell tart and a cookie bar. Now, I've just been saying it derived from a small village in Derbyshire called Bakewell. Well, supposedly anyway. There's a lot of controversy about it. You know, the bloke that invented it didn't actually come from Bakewell, or you know what I mean. It's sort of a bit debatable. So yeah, I think that's about it.
You smell good.
So what this says, it bake between 30 and 35 minutes. So I've put my timer on for 30 minutes. Now, it does say that there should be a slight wobble in the centre, but if it's crispy on top, it should be okay because it'll set as it cools down. Are you wakey? How are you?
I'm waking up.
So yes, if you don't mind, sweetheart, that can go in the oven now. So yeah, so that's
Hi, Wakey.
that's the cookie bars, and that is raspberry jam on top. And I think what it's supposed to do as it sort of rises, the jam's supposed to, you know, whatever into cookie mix. So it's open, but it don't matter anyway. So we've got like ground almonds in the mix. We've got almond extract. So it should taste very much like a Bakewell tart. Could you use damson jam? You can use whatever jam you want. We've just been debating this because Laurie's used raspberry jam, I've used raspberry, and I says as a rule, I only normally use strawberry. But yeah, you can use any jam that you want. Will you put it in oven for me, please? Yeah. So yeah, so I would imagine, you know, but I did sort of read up on the thing, and it did say you can use any jam or conserve what you like. So there you go.
Yeah, I went for strawberry.
Pardon?
I went for strawberry jam. Like strawberry.
Yeah, well you see, yeah. I've gone for 30 minutes. We'll see what it's like after 30 minutes.
Right. I'll just put mine in now.
You know, while you stood up doing nothing. May as well take them in while. Ooh,
Without dropping them everywhere.
While you stood up. So yeah. He's.
What are you saying?
So yeah. Hi, Auntie Pickering.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does say basically you can use any type of jam. So if you prefer damson or blackberry, but it does say as well, actually not on this bit that I printed off, that you can actually use fresh raspberries, but they don't work as well as the raspberry jam / damson / strawberry whatever jam, you know what I mean? But it does say you can use fresh fruit, but it doesn't have the desired effect. So yeah, so I've put my timer on for 30 minutes. We'll see what it's like once it's had 30 minutes. I'll get Chris to check on it. If it don't look, it does say there should be a slight wobble. It says only a slight wobble. You know, if it's jiggling all over the place, then it's not cooked. A slight wobble. But I always sort of go for the lower thing. You don't, you know, everybody's oven ain't same. So yeah, you know, it's basically one of them things where you've got to use your own judgment. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tracy's oven might be hotter than mine. Laurie's oven might be hotter than mine. You know,
well, mine's a gas one. It's okay, it's a good one. But when you put on gas mark 4, and I've cooked gas mark 4 for a certain time, I've always got to put it back in for a little bit longer. So I put my mark on gas mark 5.
But it does say the best position, because you see, I always thought that the best position in the oven was the top. But I've been reading, like, I've been going through, like, things, and it says that the best position to bake stuff is in the middle, smack bang in the middle of the oven. So, and Amjad's got the Jane's Patisserie book, so that looks nice. There's another one that they're all raving about, and
I've seen
that
this
is
video, yeah.
Mrs. Hinch or something, Mrs. Hinch. Both raving about Jane's Patisserie and Mrs. Hinch. So if you get a chance to get either or of them, you know. So just to it's all right, I'm just gonna
get a light.
I have been researching Halloween recipes today. So I'll just run them past you what I've
Get in your bed. Don't be finding me little bit. Out.
That Jane's Patisserie book I bought on Saturday night. I loved it. She found a few recipes. So this one is, because I bought the Halloween. This one is called the no bake slice. That one. You see? And I think it uses cornflakes. I think, I'm not sure. I'll just read out to you what the recipe is. It says 100 grams of very soft butter, unsalted, light brown sugar, a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 400 grams of plain flour, a tin of condensed milk, 250 grams of plain flour. Oh, that 400 grams is plain chocolate, sorry. Or is it not semi-sweet? I forgot what it's called. And Halloween sprinkles. So you do it in the same pan that what we've used today. And basically, butter and sugar, you beat that. Vanilla and salt. Break the plain chocolate into a heatproof bowl and melt in the microwave. Giving the stir after 30 seconds. Add the tin of condensed milk to the butter sugar mixture with the mixture running. It will be a very wet mixture. But it just says basically once you've mixed it, scoop everything in your pan, flatten it down, and it says pop the pan into the fridge to set for about an hour, or if you really are in a rush, 10 to 15 minutes. So if we were to make it, we'd have to put it in freezer, whereas we'd normally put it in oven to bake. So that's that one. And then obviously put Halloween sprinkles on it.
Are you going trick-or-treating?
Now, these I do like, and I like the look of them. They are Halloween cupcakes.
Oh, they do look nice.
Now, the spider web, what you do is, on greaseproof paper, you melt some chocolate, put it in a piping bag. Obviously, you don't make the spider web out of chocolate, basically. So it says 200 grams of butter, caster sugar, 4 eggs, vanilla extract, zest of an orange, and then buttercream icing, obviously butter, icing, sugar, milk as needed, orange colour paste, and then dark chocolate melted. So that's what you make your spider webs out of. But I'd probably use milk chocolate. So that I like the look of them.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. That is Halloween cupcakes.
I'm not real good at decorating like that.
But
of course, it looks easy enough.
Laura, you can just put your buttercream, slap your buttercream on top. I've got like sprinkles that I could put on it, and then you see obviously the chocolate spider web. It's just round in circles till you get in middle, and then you know put. Easy enough to do, really.
Jeanette,
Yeah, it looks kind of easy.
Can I show you something?
Yeah.
And if you want one, I can get you one. We're only a pound shop. That's it.
One and only cupcakes. Oh, yes, please.
Now, we were just on about Halloween cupcakes. Want you a white chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh my.
And it tells you what recipe there, what you need.
Yeah.
If I can get you one of these, Jeanette, and send it for
Yeah.
you.
And another one that another one is biscuits, Halloween biscuits. They
they're
are
cute.
But in this book, Jeanette, you'll love it because you've got loads of different cupcakes to do with different seasons, weddings.
So there's three for us to choose from. There's black cookies, Halloween cupcakes, or a no-bake thing. I downloaded 3 because I thought, well, you know, cookies, cupcakes, you know.
Yeah, Johnny just got this not so long ago, so they had quite a few in. So if you like one, I'll get you one and send it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not bad for a pan, is them, Tracy.
Yeah.
So they the 3 recipes I was sort of wrestling over, and I thought, well, I'll show them you tonight. You know.
I wonder if one can travel that way for you, Laurie. You'd have to send me your address as a little gift.
Well, I really don't bake a lot, though, only with Jeanette, you and Jeanette.
So because obviously Friday is the 1st of October. So before you know it,
my anniversary.
Yeah. So just to warn you, we go on holiday on the 15th. Now we're not back till 19th, which is a Tuesday. So I won't be baking that Tuesday. I might bake on the Wednesday. I don't know yet.
Yeah, to be expected on, yeah. If you're aware.
But we're not back till the Tuesday, and same as Chris says, it's going to be too much.
Oh,
you know, I've got to get washing machine on and unpack, and you know.
Yeah.
And then if I've got to sort of start weighing stuff out and everything, so he says, well, see how you feel. He says, you know, you're not going to lose anything if you don't bake that week. You know what I mean? So he says, see how you feel. He says, if you feel up to it on Wednesday, then bake on Wednesday. So it's, I got 3 recipe books. And James, I've got a ton of recipe books, to be quite honest with you. I've got all sorts. I do. I mean, when Chris's mum were alive, she knew I loved baking. Now she cupcakes and muffins. I've got a Mary Berry one, you know, and that's what she knew. Rather than sort of buy anything else, she always used to buy me a cookbook. So, so you know, just have to think about it and see, you know, what's your thoughts on them 3 recipes I've shown you.
They're all nice.
Yeah, whatever. I'm easy.
You pick.
I'm easy.
This is the thing, I like them all, but I thought I'll download 3 onto my phone. I'll ask you tonight what your thoughts are on which one. I mean, actually.
When do you want to do it for, Jeanette? I didn't quite hear that part. I wash it up. When were you thinking about doing the Halloween buns or whatever you were wanting to do?
Let me have a look at the calendar. I don't actually know when Halloween is. It's actually a Sunday, the Halloween is. So, if we were to do it on the 26th, which is before Halloween, does that sound about right? If we go on 26th?
Yeah, if you like.
But my thoughts are, we could do the no-bake one and the cookies one. Could do both. because while that's in freezer, we could be doing the cookies. I mean, it's entirely up to you. I mean, we could do either split it up and do it like in 2 week installments. You know, do one week and do another following week. I don't know. I let me think about it. Yeah, I'll let you. Oh, pardon me. I'll let you know. They all nice. They all look nice. So yeah, I'll let you know in good time. We've got a few weeks now yet to decide anyway. So me and my auntie are going to try the Biscoff cheesecake. Ooh. Now I've got one.
I wanted to try something like that, you know, with Biscoff.
I was going to make one for my birthday. And
you can make all sorts of Biscoff, or is it just cheesecakes? No.
Well, you can get Biscoff. You can get Biscoff cookies. You can get the spread as well.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
You know, like a Nutella spread type of spread. They do Biscoff in a spread and the biscuits. Now, I've seen a recipe for Cadbury's chocolate finger cheesecake. And I was going to make it for my birthday, but then I didn't. And basically, in a big, you put the chocolate fingers round the outside. You make your biscuit base and obviously press it in so that keeps the biscuits, you know, in situ sort of thing. And then you I think basically you add chocolate to your you know, your cheesecake mix, and then you do like a chocolate ganache on top. It looks absolutely lovely. But I know you're not into cheesecakes and things like that, you know. And I very often said it wouldn't be feasible to do a cheesecake on a live because obviously you've got to wait for it setting. Hiya, Zach, how are you?
Hi, Zach.
So I mean that's one of the reasons why I haven't done any cheesecakes is the fact that it's not feasible to do it on a live stream. And like we did with the you know, the strawberry milkshake thing, we'd have to do it in 2 parts, wouldn't we? Yeah, he says a lot of people use Philadelphia, but I buy both, Amjad. If I'm making a cheesecake, I do use Philadelphia, but I buy both.
That's best, yeah.
I
have a problem with Cadbury's chocolate fingers. I try one with a cup and a couple of minutes later they're all gone. Hiya, partners, how are you? But yeah, I says to Chris, I said, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to make this. I didn't make it. But it'd be one of these things. I'll get round to it eventually. So, you know, my plan was I was going to make it for my birthday, but I didn't. But, we've still got 13 minutes left. So yeah, so that's, you know, I didn't get round to it eventually. So, but hey ho. So I'll let you know on the Halloween theme thing. You know, whatever.
Yeah, you let us know.
Yeah. But as I said, we can always do one week and then week after. But it's sort of, I've got to sort of work out the dates and everything because obviously we don't come back till 19th. So, you know.
Where are you going? Where are you going to go?
We're only going to like what they call a staycation. It's Filey. It's about 2 hours away from here.
100 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't care what the weather does.
That's what I said.
The aim of the holiday is all to unwind. Yeah, you know, unwind and
chill out.
Yeah, just chill out and You know, spend family time together. You know, I don't care whether it's absolutely pelting it down or what it's doing.
That's nice. Well, I hope you have a good time.
But it's only like 5 days and 4 nights, sort of not a full week. So you know, but it's a breakaway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dad says they were a teaching assistant in college, looked exactly like Mary Berry. As far as I know, Wakey, I mean, we haven't heard any.
Stop's still there, so it must be.
Yeah, it's still open, Jeanette, love.
But the thing is, Laura, the place where we're going, it's close to a lot of other seaside towns. You know what I mean? There's Bridlington, there's Whitby, Scarborough, and they're sort of all holiday destinations. So, and they're not sort of, you know, they're not too far away from each other.
And Rivensea, that's all around that area as well. Ormsey, Rivensea.
Yeah. But it's you know, it's a good job we've got car, because we're not going to stay in one place all the time. We're going to go to Scarborough. I've got a friend that lives in Whitby as well. So, last time she seen Callum, we were a baby. So that's how long ago it is since I've seen her. We're still kept in touch, you know, sort of talk occasionally on Messenger and whatever. But in person, we haven't actually seen each other for, you know, Callum's 19 nearly. He were a baby last time we saw her. But,
wow.
Hey, hotness is on. What are you doing coming on? It's a baking stream.
Hey?
I says, what are you doing coming on? It's a baking stream.
Well, why not? I thought it'd be rude not to come up on panel.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to say, Tracy, those Toblerone bakes were lovely.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I tell you something.
You give them all myself, I'll give you my wife one.
Come on, be honest, partner. She says, did you eat them all yourself, or did you save your wife?
Oh, I had them all myself because she's not here. She's up in the caravan. Got caravan out at Thornwick Bay.
We don't do kippers. I'm sorry, Wakey.
Ugh. So I've got to go to work.
Bring them a present back.
But yeah, no. Never have liked them. Never will do. I'm sorry. Do you have kippers in America, Laurie?
What are they?
Fish.
No, definitely not.
Horrible fish.
that goes to tell you, no, we don't like them.
You'll have to Google it. Kippers.
Yeah.
No, not very nice. He's come up to tell Tracy that.
Is it anything to do with the order?
It says try the chocolatier then. Well, I might just do that, Wakey. That sounds more interesting than kippers. Let's just. Oh dear. What it is, Laurie? It's a fish, and then they like smoke them.
And it's the shape of a fish. It's full of bones. That's a can't bone out.
I can't. Let me Google it for you, Laurie, and I'll tell
That's
you
one thing we don't eat in this house is any kind of fish.
I can drop a Wikipedia link.
Oh dear.
Kipper.
No.
It's a type of smoked herring.
Yeah, that's what Becky said. Smoked herring.
Chocolatier.
Check this.
It says a kipper is an old herring, a small oily fish that has been split in a butterfly.
Yeah, I've just dropped Wikipedia link in chat.
From tail to head along the dorsal ridge, buttered, salted, or pickled, and cold smoked over smouldering wood chips. In Britain, in Britain, Ireland, and some regions of North America, kippers are most commonly consumed for breakfast. breakfast. There you go.
Wow.
I'll
Not for me.
So yeah, I'll just stick with me crunchy nut cornflakes or my Cheerios. Like,
Yeah, give me some bacon.
oh yeah, no, and the thing is, they're very bony as well. Very bony. So when you're eating them, you're like picking bones out your teeth.
Oh, yuck.
No.
No.
So
Not for me.
he's expensive, but they are moreish. Spoke herring. Oh, he means chocolatier.
I was about an addict from Chippewa.
Chris says Connor had it from Chick Shop.
Yeah.
Oh dear, look at that.
But yeah, no.
5 monkeys not to be very happy.
No kippers. No, thank you. No, it's. How can I put it without offending anybody? It's more of the older generation that like kippers and things like that.
Anybody who likes bones stuck in their teeth, right?
Yeah. It's,
Not for me.
I think at a push, if we're on a desert island and there were nothing else, maybe.
Yeah.
Apart from that, no. But yeah, if I were on a desert island and the only things I were being offered is kippers, you know.
I'm absolutely starving.
Well, this is it. Chris says he'd have to be starving hungry. You're on a desert island, you pilly.
I only started with Whitby.
Chris says, as long as I've got a couple of slices of bread. On a desert island. He says, well, don't you think Tesco's would deliver?
Amazon Prime, mate.
Yeah.
No, might be somebody didn't if you ask them nicely.
But yeah, no. I've yet to come across many people that like kippers, to be honest with you. You know, it's one of these like
my mum used to love them. She used to have them for a breakfast.
What do we call it? You either love it or hate it. You know what I mean? Vegemite or Marmite. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of them things where you either love them or hate them, and I.
Oh, not because it's black and smell horrible.
Yeah,
I don't like Marmite and I don't like kippers. Sorry. Oh dear. So yeah, so that's the kipper debate.
My brother Lee.
So did.
Is it ready yet? Johnny says.
On 3 minutes.
really?
And then we don't know
Well,
whether.
Mine should almost
If you're going to start and bake, I can always drop down.
So that again.
I can always drop down once you start the baking.
Yeah, we've done it. It's the.
Oh, you've done it? Oh, right. It's in progress. It's in progress.
Yeah.
I'll forget with the programme.
That's why we sat chit-chatting, because they're actually in the oven as we speak. So yeah, we've got about 3 minutes, baby. Yeah. So yeah, so we're just chit-chatting while Lee says he likes kippers.
That's all he likes.
Is it done?
Yeah, mine's done.
Oh, this was
There it is.
Yeah, I paid Johnny and Tracy a visit last Thursday.
Yeah, I've heard all about it.
Yeah. Even got a video done.
Caravan.
Yeah. They look at his caravan, found out what the problem was.
What did you do, Farness? Did you see a lot of holes in room so it's not leaking?
It smells so good, Jeanette. My favorite
Problem with these 12-volt lights. It turned out the leisure battery wasn't being charged up because somebody knocked a switch.
You said on the birthday that you thought that's what it were. Oh, that
Yeah,
looks nice,
well, my first
Laurie.
thought, yeah, someone do it
Yeah, it looks
12,
really good.
definitely 12-volt side of it. In
Is
fact, I
yours-
had to replace leisure battery on my caravan because it literally, it was swelling and it was getting warm. So
Does anybody want to decipher that Tracy swinging feet? What Tracy calls it?
yeah, it cost me 95 quid
Nice
for a
and
new leisure
crunchy on
battery.
top.
It's crunchy on top.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be, and it's a little darker around the edges, so I know mine's fine.
It says bake for 30 until there is only a slight wobble in the centre and it has a crispy top. There you go. Oh, kicking charger.
Oh yeah, she knocked switch.
Yeah, I think.
Smells fantastic. Oh, I gotta shut the door. Hubby's outside doing edging.
You better go and get mine out, baby. Everybody's got theirs out.
Kevin,
It looks
panel
so-
floor tonight.
Nice and crispy on outside, and it is a bit wobbly middle. Is that how it's supposed to be? Did you say?
Yeah, that's just what I've read out to Laurie.
Yep.
It says.
Oh, it sounds perfect.
It says
Yeah,
there is only a
mine's
slight
not
wobble
even
in the
wobbling.
centre and there's a crispy top. You see, difference is me and Laurie have both used raspberry jam, but Tracy's used strawberry jam. But
Yeah.
it says the Bakewell cookie bars, and it says a gorgeous fusion of a Bakewell tart. Hey, up, Kevin's coming on now.
Me and partners, we're trolling.
Kevin,
Uh-oh.
no, we're panel halls. We're panel halls.
Yeah, I think that's ready, don't you?
Video coming out.
Ralph used to do it all the time.
Video coming out 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK time.
Mine's not wobbling at all.
My next video is in 2 days, Friday, and that'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time.
I tried using video editor and put 3 together.
Ooh,
No
Hey,
special
found it.
effects, just they're all one after the other. It's just-
you trim them.
It's
Sometimes you got
not,
to trim ends at clips,
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the matter,
but
Tracy?
you don't have you going over to the camera and switching it off.
Yeah. So if this works, it's video editor right on the computer.
So there we go. That's all the. We'll just bring our camera a bit closer. Ooh,
And I can't smell it yet, Jeanette.
there you go.
Hang on.
Just saying we don't have
Now
smell-o-vision.
take a whiff.
Smells yummy, that.
Lovely.
Chris can smell it. It says it smells yummy.
I'll have to take your
He's
word
just
on
a gannet.
I'll have to take your word on it.
So there is actually ground almonds and almond extract in it, so it is going to taste like a Bakewell tart, but it's also got white chocolate in it, white chocolate chips. So it's a fusion of a Bakewell tart and a white chocolate chip cookie. So there you go.
That's something you got to try, Kevin, when you're over here. Bakewell tart.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
was
I'm
created
just-
by accident.
I'm
Named
just gonna bring 6 different sizes of clothes with me so I can just watch them up as I go through the UK.
Yeah.
Make an Anglophile of you, as well as Ken.
Yeah.
When I first started, because obviously Laura's in the States, I was trying to give her the origin of the Bakewell tart. Now, apparently, there's a bit of, not controversy about it, but apparently the bloke that created the Bakewell tart, they're all saying the origins is in Bakewell, which is a village in Derbyshire. Now, they were actually saying the guy that created the Bakewell tart didn't actually come from Bakewell or Derbyshire, for that matter. So there you go.
So in other words, he stole the name.
I'll drop a Wikipedia link
Yeah.
in the chat for Bakewell tart. I know it's not It's not
the best way to describe it. It's a very
ladies with
almondy,
loose morals in Derbyshire.
yummy.
Mm-hmm.
The original Bakewell tart is like a short crust pastry base, a layer of jam, and then like a sponge thing.
Yeah, sponge mix.
Flaked almonds, and that is partners has put link in there for the Bakewell tart.
Yeah.
So that is the original Bakewell tart. It's very almondy, very.
I remember reading years ago it was created by accident. I don't know if that's true or not. It was supposed to be.
I was researching it before I actually went live, and it gave you the name of the guy that actually invented the Bakewell tart. But before it was called Bakewell tart, it was actually called a Bakewell pudding.
Yeah.
Huh.
And the guy,
I'll drop a link for that as well.
yeah, the guy that invented it, it either came from Bakewell or Derbyshire for that matter. So that but the actual village of Bakewell is in Derbyshire.
Mm.
Yeah, I have been there.
Hartnest will know what I'm on about. Derbyshire is relatively close to where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that
you're fairly close to it where you are in Steel City.
So yeah. So,
I'm in opposite direction. I'm north.
I did do a bit of research into it. The origins of the Bakewell tart, because obviously Laurie's from America, and I wanted her to get
pudding.
a feel of,
Oh no, she's closer to me.
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, I have a pen pal in New Jersey.
Northern New Jersey.
I'm not quite sure because she moves around so much.
I'm not far
I haven't heard from her in a while, so I'm not sure if she's still in the same place or not, but she's always stayed in New Jersey.
I'm not far from Milford, Pennsylvania.
Ah.
All the way up in the northeast corner of the state.
Yeah.
Is that your tea calling, Kevin?
No, that's the house phone. I don't answer that in the shop.
You don't answer ours ever. We got the butler there.
But yeah, it is predominantly a well-known English pudding / tart, whatever you want to call it.
The reckon Bakewell pudding was created by accident.
But yeah, the Bakewell tart actually started out.
Whether it's true or not is.
Yeah, the actual Bakewell tart is derived from the Bakewell pudding.
Yeah. Well, that much I've learned tonight. I've learned that tonight. I don't know much history about it, but obviously Bakewell's a little tiny village in Derbyshire, and apparently that's where it supposedly originated. But
Are you going to cut a piece? You're going to cut a piece and show them what it looks like?
Yeah, you can. I would say mine's still red hot, because mine's a bit. It's a bit.
Get Chris to do a taste test.
What it is, you're supposed to let it cool down before you cut it. So it says at least 10 minutes. So it's still.
I'm sure we can pass 10 minutes. We can find a way of passing 10 minutes.
Still a little too hot to grab.
That's what I've just said, Laurie. And we're going to take mine out, but you grab sides and it's still a bit. Because what it is as well, using a metal pan, when you take it out the oven, it carries on baking. That's why they said it might have a little wobble in the middle. Because once you take it out the oven, because of the heat underneath the pan, it carries on baking.
Ooh.
Ooh, that looks nice.
There.
Nice.
We're not dropping it, Laurie.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll give you my address.
I'm going to taste it, but I'm not going to let you taste it.
She can priority. That could be priority mail to me. I'll have it in 2 days.
I'm only an hour away, Jeanette.
Just a bit of mine.
Say that again, partner.
I'm only an hour away.
There's a bite
an hour.
missing.
Yeah, it's an
How
hour.
did that happen?
An hour away from Steel
About,
City.
it all depends how fast you drive, but Johnny's we're about 40 minutes.
That is so good.
Yeah, he's 20 miles
Yeah,
away.
Agnes, you should know you called, didn't you, last week for some cookies?
So I've just said to Port Nest, I says we're about 40 minutes away from you. Takes us about 40 minutes. It all depends on how fast you drive.
2 hours.
It's
Boy,
like
is that good, Jeanette.
This is from us.
Pixie's gonna love these.
Ooh.
It is really good with the raspberry. I didn't think I would like it, but it is super good with the raspberry.
Do you want to try a piece? Trace is cutting a piece as well.
I might get a piece out.
I says to Chris, do you want to try a piece? He says, does sun still come up?
Very, very good. I really didn't think I was gonna like it. I'm very pleased.
Where do we cut?
Well, yeah.
No, just give me
Yeah.
Did it come out easy enough, yeah?
It's nice and crunchy too.
Gonna take a
I'll
bit
just
from
cut
the
a piece
start.
out for Chris, and then I'll.
They'll go and get out to ruin.
Ooh, Chris, you don't know what you're missing.
It's going to get an eye
I don't
for
think
it.
it's going to take long.
Kev's there, like chomping at his nails. Wait.
My husband won't try, eat stuff like this, so this is all mine.
Says the husband don't eat stuff like that, so it's all
We're making it all the time now, then. Well, you
Hey, Jeanette, save the paper for Pixie. He can lick it.
Is that after I've eaten it then?
trying to do it out without breaking it up. Hang on, it's still hot.
Oh, hot.
That's a bit.
Let me change cameras round it.
Right.
I shouldn't have eaten that. I got lasagna waiting for me.
Oh, that sounds good too.
There we go. He's doing it
burn
in
your
slow
tongue.
motion, guys.
Wait a minute, that's already the last slice in the box.
Delicious,
It's
isn't
dropping
it?
crumbs everywhere.
Just
Dear.
get crumbs. Yeah.
So good.
Go ahead, rub it in, Pixie.
Does it taste almondy?
Yeah, really. I love the
It says
almond.
I don't know it's hot. Biscuit likes we're cooking, by the way. We're baking.
You see Biscuit where she's got cookies on, boys. It's starting to sound like that way.
They're very good.
Yeah, but Pixie, Ed, isn't that what you did to Jeanette when you wanted your piece?
Yeah, then she blew me out.
Which one doesn't talk back, you or the dog?
Yum, yum.
I think you know
Falling apart.
Kevin.
How is it with the strawberry, Tracy?
Right.
Oh, that tells you a lot.
You see, me and Laurie.
I can turn it around now.
Oh, he's just bent top of his mouth. He says,
Ow.
me and Laurie have used
Typical
raspberry
Gabby.
jam.
I've got a follower here, look.
Tracy's used strawberry jam, but me and Laurie have both used raspberry
It's
jam.
really good with the
Nice with the
raspberry.
strawberry
Oh my
jam
God.
too.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
the thing is, you can use any type of jam, really,
Mhm.
when you think about it.
That down for his
And I love anything with almonds, but I thought the raspberry would ruin it, but it didn't. It made it so much better.
Plus, on top of that, you've got the almond extract as well, which
Right.
also gives that, how can I put it, like depth of taste.
Yeah.
As well as the almonds, you've got the almond extract. So that's sort of the traditional taste of a
Sorry?
I was laughing at Christy. Chris is sat in his chair, eating his sat there, watching every mouthful. Oh, bless him.
Mhm.
Bless him. I think he's waiting for crumbs. He dropped some crumbs on the floor.
Might be waiting all night.
Oh dear, I'm going to say Chris
all day tomorrow.
No, he's a gannet, Chris.
Hey, I'll tell you, that Tuesday night, were it Tuesday night? We baked them Toblerone cookies. By Thursday, they're all gone.
Oh, yes, I'll bring you leftovers.
It's all right.
There won't be any.
You'll have to come over one day, partner.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in and have my salad now.
Good
night, everyone.
Night.
We keep saying that we're going to get these stickers in post, but these obviously because of his mum passing away, there's other.
I got no petrol to get to post box.
Oh, I heard about that as well, Laurie.
Yeah,
Here in the UK, there's a supposedly petrol shortage. All garages.
We're having a food shortage here
supposed to be drivers
because all the ships are stuck.
It's a logistics problem.
It's basically the blaming Brexit. One,
which is a
two, the blaming a shortage of drivers. It's not, as far as we know, there isn't actually any shortage of fuel. It's just going it to the petrol stations.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years to plan for this.
Yeah, they were showing all the ships all backed up, all the ships waiting to get in to drop off the wares. And that's why they're showing stores with their shelves empty.
The actual reason is debatable because I've also heard that because of the pandemic, people haven't been using the cars because they've not been going anywhere, have they?
No.
Now, they're saying that certain amount of petrol or diesel or whatever, it has got a sell-by date. And they've created this.
Well, diesel doesn't go up. It'll last for ages.
There's a lot of rumours.
What about this change from E5 to E10?
There's a lot of rumours going about that it's a self-made thing, this petrol shortage. So people, because they know humanity, they know that, blah, 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 and that people are going to go out and panic buy petrol.
They raised the price up to $3.50 a gallon here.
There's been a backlog, apparently, a backlog of petrol that they need to sell. And in order to sell it, they've created this, petrol shortage.
That's rubbish. It's somebody
I don't understand that because
fake news.
They're charging $3.50 a gallon for it here. That's a lot. They really went up on it.
That's nothing. How much fuel is over here?
To have to pay that price for petrol, This
is the thing that the government has handed the retailers the excuse to hike the prices up without, people are that desperate to get petrol and whatever, they'll pay whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like us. We've only put in what we normally put in. We ain't gone and panic buy and fill tanks up, whatever, you know what I mean? Because it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
And
you don't do that. You see people taking cans and filling up their gas cans. You know how dangerous it is to keep that around the house,
even using proper containers.
All sorts. Jerry cans, you name it.
Yeah, but buying water bottles and tipping water out and putting petrol in plastic bottles.
No, you can't. You're not allowed to do that.
But it's another toilet roll gate, let's just say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what happened.
That's what's coming again.
I'll tell you what happened to me last night.
Shortage on everything here
because coming home from work, Sorry, Laurie. Coming home from work last night, I noticed one at petrol stations was open again, local one. So I thought I'll fill this thing up because I was just under half a tank. So I went to my local Asda. The rationing it, you couldn't get more than 30 quid's worth of fuel.
Yeah. They're on about now.
Yeah.
Putting a cap on how much you can fill up to take.
Yeah, as they're doing it. Yeah. So I put £30 worth of diesel in. I thought I'll go somewhere else and top off. So I went to my local Morrison's. It was shut. There was an Esso down the road from there. They weren't selling diesel. There's no diesel.
What's on? Is it a Texaco?
So I ended up going to local Sainsbury's. No restrictions whatsoever. Spend whatever you need. They're not rationing you, and everything's available.
But
so
it's got to the point now where, Laurie, they're on about bringing army in.
Yeah,
it's not that bad that people are panic buying that much. Yeah. That nearly every single petrol station are selling out. As fast as it's coming in, it's going out. And
normally,
writing and things out.
They have 3 days worth.
We haven't had panic here over petrol since 1972. And back in 72, you'd wait in a line 2 miles long to get gas in your car. And I can remember that.
That's just what it's like here in UK, Laurie.
Oh my God, I wouldn't want to have to go through that again.
Jeanette, can you cast your mind back 21 years?
Petrol station.
There was a fuel crisis then when people were blockading the refineries.
Yeah.
They were actually stopping the deliveries from going out, and that caused shortages.
But
we were protesting over price.
This is all created by the government, I think.
Oh, it certainly is.
Nah, I might get demonetised or whatever for this, but I was watching Good Morning Britain this morning, and there was, I think was she Australian? She wrote a book about it anyway. But she says that the pandemic started in a science lab in Wuhan.
Well, that's where it originated, the virus.
So basically, she's saying that.
Yeah, but Lee, you live in Liverpool. They can't afford cars around here, can they? That's what I think you do.
But yeah,
he's got Asda on his doorstep.
She basically wrote a book about it, and she says she did a lot of research and she's seen the paperwork, right, that it actually originated in a science lab in Wuhan, and somehow it accidentally escaped. So I don't know.
Infected the entire planet.
But that's basically what she was saying this morning. So I don't know. You don't know what to believe. You don't know whether it's government with this petrol shortage or what it is. You don't know. They're blaming Brexit. They're blaming shortage of drivers.
Well,
with lockdown, they weren't able to do driving, the tests.
Yeah, but the thing is,
they can say it's a shortage of drivers, but my husband drives to Pittsburgh and back every night of the week, and he sees plenty of semis on the road.
This is why we're saying it's such selfish people that are topping the crank up. Now, there were a thing on news the other day, and she was a care worker, and she went out into the, going to people's homes, these that can't get about, and she were distraught because she was having to go from petrol station to petrol station to petrol station, trying to get some petrol just to see the clients. And it's the elderly and the infirm that are relying on her to go and do her job.
Right.
And she couldn't get any petrol anyway. She'd wasted half a day trying to get some petrol. And this is what infuriates me. You know, you've got such selfish people that are going out. We've just gone to petrol station down our road. Chris went at midnight other night, went in, put £20 worth in, that rate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing caravan back this weekend. That's why I need a
we went past
tank
it
of
and there were
diesel.
no fuel. So he says, I'm glad I went sort of midnight. He says, I didn't go and fill my petrol tank up. I just put in what I needed to put in. You know what I mean?
Wrong with filling your vehicle right up. That's fair enough. It's like the people that are stockpiling it.
Yeah,
that's just selfish.
You have to travel for your job, so filling your car up is imperative to your job. Otherwise, you can't do your job.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I'm back in office now. You
know, we're talking about caring in the community, and this poor old woman, she was distraught. I'll make no bones about it. She was absolutely distraught. And she says, I've spent half my day driving about petrol stations to put some petrol in my car. And she looks after the old and vulnerable. And she says, now I've got to explain to head office or my clients or whatever why I'm late at going out to see them, or why I haven't been at all. You know what I mean?
And some couldn't get out of bed themselves, could they? They were left in bed.
But this is it. This is what, you know, what breaks my heart about it. You know, you've got people such as that, can't get petrol, driving about for hours, trying to get petrol. And you've got people relying on them, same as Tracy said, to get them out of bed, to get the meals, you know, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You know, the most vulnerable people, and the way on about giving like frontline workers priority over anybody else. You know, if they can show proof that they're working, like, let's say in hospital as a nurse or as a doctor, or in what I've just said, if they can show proof, they're going to get priority over others, which I think they should do. So anyway, I'm going to get off. I've had my little rant, but it's well gone crazy, I'll tell you. You know, we're lucky enough that we've got a petrol station just down the road. You know, and basically, it didn't go and fill it up, because I mean, you're talking probably about 60 or 70 quid to fill on up. He just filled it up. Yeah, well, you could have done, but you're not selfish, are you? You just went down.
Yeah, nothing wrong with filling your vehicle.
It don't work.
It's when you're stockpiling. That's what gets me. And you're not. And petrol, it's dangerous to store the stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Plus, it goes off even quicker. Especially C10, it goes off even quicker.
But yeah, you know,
all ethanol separates.
Oh, there might be a shortage of turkeys as well at Christmas.
Oh, don't be saying that.
You better go out and get it now, partner, and put it in the freezer.
Chris has just said it looks like having sausages for a Christmas dinner. Yeah, honestly, because of this driver shortage and everything, you know, they're now saying that we might not, you know, Christmas, but not as we know it, sort of thing.
What they had on the news this morning, they said that because of the shortage of all the supplies getting in to the retailers and that everybody should get out there and do their shopping right now for Christmas.
Yeah. Chris, it looks like Chris having to go in.
You've got Thanksgiving, yeah. Talking of turkeys.
Turkey for Christmas.
You could cook it, couldn't you?
Oh, in your ninja outfit, you know, it could be a ninja even if he tried. You can imagine Chris dressed all in a ninja outfit and tried to get a turkey. This guy wouldn't even run a mile.
when I get council come up and bully me.
Scallop's next cooking video. I'm going to say he did a video where he's scared cars. It says it's looking funny at me. Right, I'm going to get going. Hello and goodbye, Karate. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll let you know what I've decided to do about Halloween anyway, Glory and Tracy.
Okay.
Bye,
Tracy.
Bye.
Bye, partners. Bye, Laurie. Bye, partners.
Yep. See you
later.
Hang on a minute. Let me just.
You're going to have to shut this, boy. Let's table down a bit.